1,000 Stars straight into the lead for Katie Walsh, tracked by stable companion Hurricane Fly, a break of a couple of lengths to Sol. 1,000 Stars out in front. Hurricane Fly tracked by Solwood. Vola La Vedette and Sublimity, the back marker of the 5. And 1,000 Stars is the leader from Hurricane Fly, and Solwood trying to make ground round the outside. They're heading for the final flight, and Hurricane Fly travelling much the better of the leading 3. Races now to pick it up from Solwood on the outside. Here's been pushed along by Davy Russell. They're coming down now to the final flight, and it's Hurricane Fly and Solwood. They're having yet another big battle. The final flight in the BHP Insurance Irish Champion, and Hurricane Fly is over a few lengths clear, and on the run in it's Hurricane Fly from Solwood and 1,000 Stars, and running up towards the finish. Hurricane Fly is going to continue his winning ways for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins and beat Solwood yet again. 1,000 Stars is 3rd, and Vola La Vedette is 4th, clear of Sublimity.
Away they go. They're off and running for the Stan James Champion Hurdle of 2011, and it's a quick run to the first of 8 flights. Overturn and Bygones of Brid taken on the outside. Pedlar's Cross touchdown in 3rd place. Oscar Whiskey behind him in 4th, with Menorah on the rail 5, tracked there by Hurricane Fly in their raw blue jacket. Khyber Kim keeping tabs on them, so too Dunguib and Hurricane Fly just at the back there together with the grey, his stablemate 1,000 Stars. Mill Chief has dropped off to last place now as they make their way across the top of the track. Pedlar's Cross, Oscar Whiskey, Hurricane Fly now goes into 3rd and seems to be travelling full of running for Ruby. Up the inside is Menorah, who always battles up the hill. They kick clear then of in 5th place, 1,000 Stars. Here we go, here's Hurricane Fly drawing alongside Pedlar's Cross as they race to the final flight of the champion. Hurricane Fly, Pedlar's Cross together as they race on up the hill. They've kicked 3 or 4 clear of Oscar Whiskey and Menorah. Hurricane Fly just from Pedlar's Cross, who's not going down without a fight. Hurricane Fly half a length. Pedlar's Cross, Hurricane Fly wins the champion hurdle from Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins. Pedlar's Cross 2nd, Oscar Whiskey was 3rd, 1,000 Stars, then Menorah Clark's Choice, and they were clear of Overturn, Dunguib, Khyber Kim, Bygones of Brid, and last to finish was Mill Chief.
And the reluctant leader is Binocular as they make the bend into the straight towards the first of 9 flights, and Binocular is already cleared of Menorah, and then comes the grey 1,000 Stars with Hurricane Fly on the outside. Hurricane Fly on the outside of a lay van, and the back marker is Blackstair Mountain. Over the 3rd flight it's Binocular, extending now by 4 lengths. 2nd is Menorah, 3rd 1,000 Stars. Racing round the home turn, and Binoculars come back to head Menorah. They're tracked by Hurricane Fly within a length. 1,000 Stars is 4th, straightening up for the final flight. Menorah, Binocular, Hurricane Fly cruising up on the near side and racing down to the final flight. Hurricane Fly has hit the front from Menorah, Binocular and 1,000 Stars, and coming to the final flight, it is Hurricane Fly, 5 lengths clear at the last. Hurricane Fly chased by 1,000 Stars. In 3rd is Binocular and then Menorah, but it's Hurricane Fly, a season of all seasons. Hurricane Fly and Ruby Walsh, a clean sweep for Willie Mullins, the first 2 home. 1,000 Stars has run another stormer. In 3rd place is Binocular, Menorah and Levan, Blackstair Mountain last of the 6.
Thousand Stars goes straight into the lead for Paul Townend. Racing up second to him is Oscar's Well, and then comes the current champion hurdler Hurricane Fly on his seasonal reappearance. Thousand Stars turns into the back straight with a 3-length advantage over Oscar's Well. About 4 lengths then to Hurricane Fly, who's tracked by Unaccompanied and Killan as the 5 runners swing into the back straight past the 10 furlong mark and race now on the approach to flight number 4, and Thousand Stars bowling along in the lead. With Hurricane Fly looming large now on the outside for Ruby Walsh. Oscar's Well is third. They're being followed by Unaccompanied, turning for home now. And here comes the Hurricane, who comes to pick it up for Ruby Walsh, coasting into the lead. In second place, Oscar's Well, and then Thousand Stars. They're coming down now towards the final flight. Ruby Walsh is motionless as Hurricane Fly, the champion hurdler, pings the final flight out in front of Oscar's Wells. And it's Come Fly With Me as they race up towards the finish. Hurricane Fly, what a seasonal reappearance, what a training performance, and Hurricane Fly and Ruby Walsh win the BHP Insurance Champion Hurdle in some style as the Hurricane blows away his 4 rivals. Second, Oscar's Well, Thousand Stars, Unaccompanied and Killan.
And they're off for the 2012 running of the Stan James Champion Hurdle Grade 1 on towards the first, and it is Overturn who has laid his cards on the table. He's gone off pretty quick over the first of the 8 flights. As now they reach the top of the hill in the Champion Hurdle, and it is still Overturn who leads the way to Rock and Ruby in second. Niggled now, Celestial Halo on the outside is in third. Oscar's Well is in fourth. Zaidpour making the turn at the top of the hill in fifth. He hasn't moved yet on Hurricane Fly in sixth, but neither has AP on Binocular. As they race now towards the second from home, Rock on Ruby and Overturn. Those two clear by 2.5 lengths to Hurricane Fly over in third. Oscar's Well is in fourth. Zaidpour is in fifth. Binocular only in sixth as they make the turn. Rock on Ruby has got the lead, swinging wide. Overturn now is in second. It's Rock on Ruby and Noel Feely. They throw down the gauntlet. They've gone clear now by 2.5 lengths. Overturn is in second. Hurricane Fly trying to stay on in third. And then Binocular is also picking up, racing down towards the final flight. Rock on Ruby was the leader. In second was Overturn. Hurricane Fly is back in third. He's still got 3 lengths to find. They've got half a furlong to go. Rock on Ruby is out in front, and Rock on Ruby wins the Champion Hurdle. It was Rock on Ruby and Noel Feely who took the Champion Hurdle from Overturn. Hurricane Fly tight for 4 between Binocular and Zarkandar, followed home by Oscar's Well.
They're off. Thousand Stars goes straight into the lead, followed by Zaidpour with the Real Octagon on the outside of Hurricane Fly. Thousand Stars leads by 3. In second place, Zaidpour, being followed by the Real Article and Hurricane Fly on the inside. Now they make the descent that will take them downhill towards the 4th as Thousand Stars bowls along in front of Zaidpour. It's Thousand Stars in the lead, Zaidpour on the outside, and close on their heels is Hurricane Fly. It's a 1-2-3 for Willie Mullins as they round the home turn, and Zaidpour and Paul Townend move up to head Thousand Stars. They're being followed by Hurricane Fly, who's just in behind them. Zaidpour hits the front, being followed by Hurricane Fly and Thousand Stars. They're on the run down to the final flight, and Zaidpour and Paul Townend in front. Hurricane Fly has been ridden up on the outside by Ruby Walsh to join issue. now. They're at the final flight. Hurricane Fly lands in the lead from Zaidpur in second, and racing up towards the finish. Hurricane Fly is back in winning ways after a disappointing run at Cheltenham where he lost his crown. Hurricane Fly and Ruby Walsh will score in great style. A 1-2-3 for Willie Mullins, Zaidpur second, Thousand Stars third, and the Real Article 4. Native, followed by Captain CB, the back marker of the trio, as they round the bend now and make the run towards the first flight in the Dobbins and Madigans at Punchestown Morgiana Hurdle. Racing now past the halfway point and on now to the next flight on the far side. 5 to jump, and Hurricane Fly 2 lengths in front of Go Native, similar margin to Captain CB. And as they round the bend for home, it's Hurricane Fly in the lead from Go Native and Captain CB, racing off the turn and facing up to the final flight in the Dobbins and Madigans at Punchestown Morgiana Hurdle. Hurricane Fly with Go Native coming there on the outside as they come down now towards the final flight. Hurricane Fly from Go Native on the near side, and Go Native is down at the last, went travelling well and going to give a good account of himself, but now Hurricane Fly is left to come home clear, and Hurricane Fly wins readily from his solitary opponent now, Captain CB in second, and the race robbed of what would have been possibly a good finish with the exit of Go Native at the last, Paul Carberry being attended to. And running in Thousand Stars, straight into the lead from his stable companion and long odds on favourite, the former champion hurdler Hurricane Fly. So they turn to make their way into the back straight, and Thousand Stars Paul Townend with a 4-length advantage over Hurricane Fly, and then comes unaccompanied, followed by Captain CB and Tillabay, the back. They're closing up now as they come off the turn. Thousand Stars with Hurricane Fly coming there strongly now to pick it up, being followed by Captain CB and unaccompanied. On the run to the final flight now, and Hurricane Fly has gone for home now in the Isterbrach Festival Hurdle, and the former champion Hurricane Fly in the lead, being chased by Captain CB on the inside with unaccompanied, and then Thousand Stars at the final flight. Hurricane Fly over and clear, unaccompanied, and Captain CB ahead of Thousand Stars, and on the run up towards the finish, it's Hurricane Fly who's going to win this in great style. Lands the odds for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh. Hurricane Fly wins the Isterbrach Festival Hurdle, unaccompanied Thousand Stars, Captain CB and Tillabay some way back. And they're off and running, and One Cool Shabra and John Cullen with Thousand Stars the Grey, Paul Townend over on the far side, tracked by Hurricane Fly, sitting in third place under Ruby Walsh. With One Cool Shabra and Thousand Stars showing the way. In third place, Hurricane Fly, and then comes Binocular in fourth. A couple of lengths to Captain CB. Now, and Thousand Stars leads Hurricane Fly, closing on the outside. A break then to Binocular as they come round the home turn, and Thousand Stars with Hurricane Fly cruising up on the outside now to pick up the running, and Hurricane Fly sweeps to the front from Thousand Stars. Binocular is third on the run down to the final flight in the BHP Insurance Irish Champion Hurdle, and Hurricane Fly is out clear. Coming down now to the final flight, and Hurricane Fly at the last. over and clear. In second place on the outside, Binocular battling with Thousand Stars, but up towards the finish it is Hurricane Fly, who's absolutely cantered home, won very impressively for Ruby Walsh. Big battle on for second place. Oh, that's a head bobber between Thousand Stars and Binocular, but Hurricane Fly an impressive winner for Ruby and Willie Mullins, and very close second, Thousand Stars and Binocular, Captain CB and One Cool Shabra.
And they're often racing for the Stan James Champion Hurdle of 2013, and Rock On Ruby, the defending champion, is leading them towards the first flight, jumps at about 3 clear of Zarkandar and Countrywide Flame. Hurricane Fly's blue jacket on the outside of Grandouet. Is Ruby just niggling maybe a little bit on Hurricane Fly? He's racing in 5th at the moment as they continue to head off towards the next flight, which is flight number 4 here. And it's Rock On Ruby, who's in a great rhythm, comes towards it next and leads over it by a length from Zarkandar. Hurricane Fly was awkward over that flight of hurdles. Hurricane Fly's back on the bridle again on the outside, squeezed along, comes into contention. Countrywide Flame in there pitching as well, and they've kicked 6 or 7 lengths clear then from Binocular as they come down to the second last here. Rock On Ruby in front, but Hurricane Fly is drawing alongside him now. Zarkandar back in 3rd with Countrywide Flame, and then a gap back to Binocular and Khyber Kim racing round to the home straight, and Hurricane Fly's taken up the running, leads by a couple of lengths. Zarkandar's trying to dig deep with Rock On Ruby and Countrywide Flame, but it's the former champion Hurricane Fly who's opening up now, approaching the final flight, coming towards it now. It's Hurricane Fly, leads by 2 from Countrywide Flame in second, who's rallying. Back in 3rd as well as Rock On Ruby, staying on up the hill. Hurricane Fly driven out to the line. Can he regain his title? He can, the second in history. Hurricane Fly is the champion hurdler again, and he beats Rock On Ruby, last year's champ. Countrywide Flame was 3rd, followed by Zarkandar. Bit of a gap back to Binocular and Khyber Kim, who's last to finish.
In the Rabobank Champion Hurdle, and the great servant Thousand Stars, the grey, leads the champions past and present on the run to the first of 9 flights. Making the descent down now towards the 4th flight, with Thousand Stars out in front of Rock On Ruby and 3rd Hurricane Fly. Coming out of the second last flight, Rock On Ruby lands fractionally in front of Thousand Stars. Hurricane Fly in between horses, Rebel Fitz on the outside, and then comes So Young and a break to Midnight Game. Racing round the home turn now, and it is Rock On Ruby. The Fly is moving up menacingly on the outside. Thousand Stars has dropped back, then So Young. Rebel Fitz on the run to the final flight, and Hurricane Fly on a tight rein. Ruby Walsh comes through the lead, goes away in strides from Rock On Ruby. Thousand Stars, So Young is running on, then Rebel Fitz, but at the final flight, Hurricane Fly over 3-4 lengths clear. It's growing all the time. It's Hurricane Fly as per usual. It's been a perfect year, and it's an unbelievable 16 grade ones for Willie Mullins. Crack 2 brother, and gets a great reception from the crowd. Hurricane Fly, 4 Rabobank champions in a row. Thousand Stars second, and Rock On Ruby, So Young. Rebel Fitz and Midnight Game was always last.
Michael Dagonet goes straight into the lead, followed by Hurricane Fly. Marito is next on the inside of Midnight Game and Akatara. They make the run down now hill towards flight number 3 as Michael Dagenet shows the way to Hurricane Fly, Marito, Midnight Game and Akatara. And now bidding for his 8th victory on the course, looms up on the outside of Michael Dagenet with Marito in 3rd and Midnight Game, and on the run down now towards the final flight. It's Hurricane Fly, shaken up by Ruby Walsh now to lead Michael Dagenet. Marito in 3rd, pings the final flight, the champion, and Hurricane Fly now just getting a reminder from Ruby Walsh to just keep him up to his task. He's been chased by his sister Katie on Marito, but Hurricane Fly will do it. 17 Grade 1s for Hurricane Fly. A great performance, and 4 this afternoon for Ruby and Willie. Marito 2nd, Michael Dagenet 3rd, and Midnight Game. White flag is raised and they're off and running for the Ryanair hurdle as Thousand Stars is the first to show in front. Followed by Our Connor in 2nd, Hurricane Fly, the champion hurdler, drops in 3rd, and Jeski is 4th, followed by Captain CB. Halfway point in the Ryanair hurdle, and Captain CB, the old veteran, now comes to jump this one. Spring heel clear. Thousand Stars over 2nd. Jeski is followed by Our Connor and Hurricane Fly. Running towards the home turn, and Captain CB now with a 3-length lead. Our Connor moves on the outside of Jeski. They're tracked by Hurricane Fly. They're on the run down now towards the final flight, and it is in the centre. Our Connor, Hurricane Fly now looming up large on the outside. Jeski on the outside of Captain CB. The final flight in the Ryanair hurdle. Hurricane Fly over in front of Our Connor, followed by Jeski. They're racing inside the last 150 yards. It's Hurricane Fly. Jeski running on towards the outside, but Hurricane Fly, it's number 18 Grade 1s for the champion hurdler. The champion beats the pretenders. Jeski 2nd, Our Connor is 3rd, Captain CB 4, and Thousand Stars. In the BHP Insurance Irish Champion Hurdle, and Captain CB, as predicted, will go off to make this a good through-mile test as he bowls along in the lead in the hands of Mark Walsh, showing the way to Hurricane Fly. Captain CB showing the way to Hurricane Fly, tracked by Our Connor, and Jeski still restrained by Tony McCoy. At the back of the forerunner field. They're coming on now towards the 4th, and it's Captain CB from Hurricane Fly. As they come towards the second last, Captain CB the leader. Over in front of Hurricane Fly, Our Connor and Jeski as they race now for the home turn, and Captain CB will lead the main trio in, being followed by Hurricane Fly. Our Connor and Jeski both making their moves now up on the outside, and there's 4 in a line as they race for the final flight in the BHP Insurance Irish Champion Hurdle. In the centre, Hurricane Fly. Our Connor is coming there in the centre. Jeski is ridden on the outside, coming down to the final flight. Hurricane Fly. Our Connor put in a tremendous jump on the near side. They're racing inside the last 150 yards. Our Connor, Hurricane Fly is hard ridden on the inside. He's coming back. He's battled like a demon to win it for the 4th time. And Hurricane Fly wins grade number 119. What a horse. Beats off Our Connor, who ran a cracking race, followed in by the other pair. What a race. Hurricane Fly beating Our Connor.
Walking in, and they're off for the 2014 running of the Stan James Champion Hurdle. They've gone off at a blistering early gallop with Our Connor, Captain Seavey and Hurricane Fly towards the near side, and he flattened the first flight of hurdles. Out very wide was Pity Zig. Making the run now on towards flight number 3 in the Champion Hurdle, and it is Captain Seavey who has now taken the lead for the first time. Jumped that one well, down is Our Connor, and badly hampered was the new one. The new one was stopped in his tracks, but Our Connor takes a crashing fall. As they race towards the second from home, Jeski on the inside, Hurricane Fly to the outside, Captain Seavey is trying to hang tough. Now he angles to the inside on My Tent or Yours as they make the turn in. It's Hurricane Fly taken on by the J.P. McManus Battalion as they race down towards the final quarter mile. It is Jeski who strikes the lead. My Tent or Yours looms towards the inside. The final flight, Jeski's over in front, more fluent than My Tent or Yours in second. Hurricane Fly sees his title slipping in third. 100 yards to go. Jeski to My Tent or Yours, who's coming hard. Here's the line. Jeski is the champion hurdler from My Tent or Yours, and then the new one. Hurricane Fly was back in 4th, and in 5th came Captain Seavey.
Jeski the leader as they turn now to make their way into the back straight and begin the run now to take them towards flight number 5. As they approach the third last flight and begin the run then for the home turn. Jeski over in front, 3 lengths clear of Hurricane Fly, 2.5 to Steps to Freedom, on the run to 2 from home as they approach the straight, and Jeski leads. Hurricane Fly, Steps to Freedom, 2 lengths further back. Over the second last and beginning the run for the home turn. It's Jeski and Tony McCoy being stalked by Hurricane Fly and Ruby Walsh, a couple of lengths to Steps to Freedom. Rounding the home turn, and Jeski leads Hurricane Fly off the bend, beginning the run now towards the final flight. Jeski on the rails, Tony McCoy, Hurricane Fly towards the near side, being wound up by Ruby Walsh to go on terms. Tony McCoy has gone for his whip, but still leads at the final flight. They're coming down to the last. It's a battle of the champions. Jeski from Hurricane Fly. They're on the run up towards the finish. It's the young pretender is going to take away the crown again from Hurricane Fly. The champion hurdler is the champion at Punchestown as Tony McCoy pats Jeski. He's made all to win, and Jessica Harrington having a dream festival. Hurricane Fly second, Steps to Freedom.
She gets on.
From Morgiana hurdled and straight into the lead is the prolific winning mare Little King Robin, and Barry O'Neill taking them along, being followed in second place. Jeski towards the inside of Lethal Weapon, and they're followed up by Hurricane Fly and King of the Picks. So shortly now they'll be making the turn to just take them up towards the halfway point, and Little King Robin way out in front there under Barry O'Neill, a good 10 lengths to 12 in front of Jeski. Mark Walsh on board for the first time. In third place now, some 4 to 5 lengths back, is Hurricane Fly. As they come round the home turn now, and Little King Robin is in very illustrious company now as Jeski, the current champion, moves up on the outside for Mark Walsh, tracked all the while now by Hurricane Fly, who's moved in his slipstream. They're coming down towards the final flight. Jeski and Mark Walsh. Here comes Hurricane Fly on the near side as they come to the final flight, and Hurricane Fly lands the quicker away from the final flight. It's Hurricane Fly in the lead, and Hurricane Fly leads by a length to Jeski, and up towards the finish. Hurricane Fly will bring down the house as Hurricane Fly is back to winning ways. Beats the current champion Jeski into second, Little King Robin game in third, and then comes King of the Picks, followed in by the backmarker Lethal Weapon.
They're away.
Towards the first flight, Plint has gone straight into the lead. Shows the way to Alderwood in second, and they're being followed by Jeski on the outside of King of the Pigs, and then Hurricane Fly. Making the approach towards the fourth flight, and still Plint shows in the lead from Alderwood in second place as they come now to approach this first flight down the far side. Disputing third is Jeski, improving on the outside of King of the Pigs, and then Hurricane Fly, Tiger Roll and Arctic Fire. Tiger Roll is making a move on the outside of Hurricane Fly. They're tightly grouped. Arctic Fire and King of the Pigs. Now they face the second last. On the inside, Plint. Now with Jeski moving almost alongside. Tiger Roll and Hurricane Fly just in behind. Racing now towards the home turn. And it is Plint taken on by Jeski, who's moved up on the outside. Hurricane Fly goes after him. And Arctic Fire has made ground from the back ahead of Tiger Roll. Off the bend and on the run to the final flight in the Ryanair hurdle. And it's Jeski now. Here comes Hurricane Fly. Arctic Fire trying to pick up. They're coming down towards the final flight. It's the battle of the champions now. And Hurricane Fly, the course specialist, Jeski on the inside. They fly the final flight. Hurricane Fly, Jeski, and the outsider Arctic Fire. They're racing up towards the finish. Hurricane Fly from Jeski and Arctic Fire. It's a tremendous battle. The Hurricane is unbeaten at Leopardstown, and he beats Jeski, the current champion, in a thriller. Arctic Fire, a very creditable third, and they're well cleared of the others. Goes straight into the lead, being followed this time by Jeski, who's leading Hurricane Fly by a couple of lengths, with the 4-year-old Fiscal Focus in fourth place, just ahead of Arctic Fire and Tiger Roll. Setting their sights now on the fourth flight, the first up the far side, which will bring them close to the halfway point. And it's Plint, the leader, by half a length to Jeski. Fiscal Focus and Hurricane Fly. And Plint and Jeski in third place, Fiscal Focus, then Hurricane Fly in fourth. Ruby just niggling him along a little bit to close. Arctic Fire a couple of lengths back in fifth, and then Tiger Roll. Now they come across with two to jump, and Jeski is travelling strongly for Tony McCoy on the outside of Plint. Then comes Fiscal Focus. Hurricane Fly just in behind them on the inside. Arctic Fire and Tiger Roll. Now they're on the run for the home turn, and Tony McCoy has sent Jeski on. Hurricane Fly has gone after him now, and Arctic Fire chases both of them. It looks like a repeat of last time as they make their way down to the final flight. It's Jeski in front. Here comes Hurricane Fly to loom up and eyeball them. They're racing now towards the final flight. Arctic Fire is only a couple of lengths down. Hurricane Fly and Jeski on the inside. On the outside, Arctic Fire over the last. Hurricane. Oh, Jeski has made a blunder, and Hurricane Fly is in front. Arctic Fire on the outside. This is an unbelievable racehorse. Hurricane Fly, 10 out of 10, beats his Brack record of 5 in the race, and Hurricane Fly wins again at Leopardstown. What an equine superstar. Beats his stable companion Arctic Fire. Jeski, a bad mistake at the last. Then Tiger Roll, followed in by Plint and Fiscal Focus.